The pirate treasure attraction pattern. Things look differently based on what kind of time frame you have. It's kind of like those videos that start way out in space, and then they keep zooming in until you're looking at the molecular structure of a bug's eye. Things with a 1 or 2 second time frame look much differently than an hour, a week, or a year-long time frame. I used to read a lot of Tom Clancy. In one book, The Sum of All Fears, he described a nuclear reaction, how 2 hunks of fissile material being slammed together to create a nuclear explosion, a process that takes a couple of nanoseconds. But Clancy, being famous for details, spent a page and a half describing this. Some things work both ways from a time frame perspective. For example, you look at an attractive person across the room. The common human response would be to fantasize how they would behave around you if they really dug you. The whole point of any social behavior is to create those responses, to get the people we like to like us. So there are 2 common ways to see this. One is to walk up, try and create attraction or any kind of desire of any kind then and there. If it doesn't work, try somebody else. If it does, get a number and hope for the best. And if you see them again, it's the same strategy to hopefully create, accidentally or on purpose, more attraction or desire for future engagements. This is done more or less consciously when we are after romantic attraction. This is done more or less consciously when we are after business arrangements. This is why both situations, romance and sales, use a lot of the same metaphors. It's also what happens when we make friends or acquaintances, but with friends and acquaintances, it's nearly always subconscious. But there is another way. For example, suppose you see a cutie across the room, and you try this other way. The other way that does not require you approach and hope for the best. The other way is like a treasure hider, kind of like those old school pirates. They would loot themselves a bunch of gold, but because they were pirates, they couldn't exactly put their gold in a safe deposit box, so they had to hide their treasure on various islands. So when they wanted to retire from the pirate life, they could slowly and secretly go and collect their treasure. This attraction strategy works the same. Instead of walking up and hoping for the best, you walk up and bury treasure. The way you talk and act and the questions you ask, treasure they'll find later in their brain when they remember you. So they will be the ones hoping to see you again for romance, for finance, or anything in between. To learn more, visit mindpersuasion.com/anchoring-excellence.